Look in Hebrews chapter 11, please. Hebrews chapter 11. And verses 24 and 25. By faith, verse 24, Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of God than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. Moses was dogmatic, as was Daniel, as the three Hebrews, in declaring their intentions to serve their God. What will you do with Jesus? What will you do? Neutral you cannot be. Will you be a star or a meteor? If you belong to Christ, my dear friend, let me give you 5 things that you need to consider on your course of dogmatism. 5 things, very quickly. If you belong to Christ, then I would urge you to be dogmatic about your love for Him. Jesus, answering the question of which is the greatest law in the commandments, He said, "Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, and with all thy mind." Love Him dogmatically. And if you love Him, Jesus also said this, "If you love me, keep my commandments." Dogmatically obey Him. Obey Him. How do you do that? You get your nose buried in this book and you find out what He requires of you and do it. Out of a heart of love, not a heart of fear that shudders because a cruel tyrant will beat you down the pulp if you do not. And then I will say that if you belong to Christ, trust Him. Proverbs chapter 3 verses 5 and 6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not to your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct your paths." Dogmatically trust Him. And then Jesus said again, "If any man serve me, let him follow me." Dogmatically serve Him. And then this. And this will probably take the greatest amount of courage, the greatest amount of energy on your part and mine. When everybody else sits down and acquiesces to the world, I challenge you to stand for Christ. When everybody shifts off to the side and be silent, I say stand for Christ. Ye soldiers of the cross, stand up for Jesus. Stand in His strength alone. The arm of flesh will fail you. You dare not trust your own. Put on the gospel armor, each piece put on with prayer. Where duty calls or danger, be never wanting there. Stand dogmatically for Christ. It is said that if you do not stand for something, you will fall for anything. Be dogmatic about your faith. Be dogmatic. Don't vacillate. Determine where you must stand according to the Word of God, and there stand for Jesus.